Hey guys, Miss Gosling here. In this video, we are going to be talking about how to use Logger Pro for video analysis. And we're going to be doing this in the context of the Freefall Lab. So for the Freefall Lab, you're going to start by picking an object to drop. I've chosen this bag of dice. You may want to choose something else, like for example, a pen, a cough drop, or a ball of paper. One thing I do not recommend using, your phone, your computer, your tablet, anything that's breakable. Do not drop anything that's breakable. Please note, if this is a part of the lab that you are unable to do, just send me an email or let me know in the chat, and I'm happy to give you an alternative video to use. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and drop the object. This says, and you're going to go ahead and drop it down onto something. I have a blanket down here so that the object isn't just falling on a hardwood floor. So when you drop the object, you're going to want to take a video. You can use your computer, or you can use your phone. I think the camera app on the computer is a little easier for this, just because you don't have to hold it up while you're dropping. So you can see when I open this up, it tells me to close other apps because the recording that I'm making is using my webcam already. So I obviously cannot record my video right now, but thankfully I already had it pre-recorded. Now, when you record your video, it is going to save in this whole complicated folder. You can see mine it's a bunch of different little parts of my computer. So it takes a while to get to the right place. So instead of searching around for it, what I recommend is once you have taken the video, in the corner kind of near where it says where you see me right now, you'll see a picture of your video. You're going to want to click on that, and that'll open up your video. So first of all, you can watch it and make sure that it actually is doing what you need it to do. So for example, you want to make sure that you can see the object, its whole trip down. Once you have that open, in the top right-hand corner up here under the X where we have nothing but blank screen right now, it'll be a couple of dots, and if you click on those, you'll have the option to open your video in the folder. When you do that, you will see something like this with all of your videos that you have made. Now you'll notice here, I have this little cone in the corner, and you're also going to see this. So what you're going to want to do is right-click on the video, and you're going to want to scroll down to where we see Open With. Now, Logger Pro is an excellent program, but one thing that is not so nice about it, it's a little bit finicky. In particular, it does not like videos in the format, that VLC media player format, that your computer likes to take videos in. So to fix that, we're going to have to open it up in QuickTime Player, which is what I'm going to do now. And while we're waiting for it to open, I'm going to go ahead and leave the camera. So you'll see here, my video has now opened in QuickTime Player, and this is the one that I pre-recorded. I'm going to go ahead and hit X. I'm also going to go ahead and take my video and move it into my pictures folder. Now, the reason that I moved that to my pictures folder is I think it's easier to find that way. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it up with QuickTime Player one more time just to make sure that my computer is not going to be a problem here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and X out of that. And I'm also going to go ahead and X out of this because I don't need it. Okay, so now I have my video. It's a whole big rigmarole, but now it's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Logger Pro and open up Logger Pro. It's a beautiful, wonderful program, and it is particularly good for this video analysis that we're going to be doing. So to do my video analysis, I'm going to go to Insert, Movie, and these are ones that are built in, and where I want to go is to Quick Access. Because in the Quick Access folder, the most recent thing that I've opened is my video. So that should pop up there. And I'll click on it. You can double click and it'll open up on its own, or you can click it once and hit open. You can see here it's taking its sweet time to open up. But when it opens, it will open up in Logger Pro. And I can now analyze it and learn a little more about my motion. So first things first, I'm going to want to fast forward a little bit until I get to the part of my video where I'm actually dropping the object. So this takes a So you can see I paused the video a little bit so I could fast forward a little more to where I actually dropped the object, which is just around here. You can see here that it's moving. So now what I need to do is set up my analysis. And you can see here there's 3 little red dots, and I want to click those, and that's going to open my analysis panel. And there's a few things I need to do before I can just start analyzing. And they are as follows. So first of all, I need to set my origin. And that's this guy here, the 3rd button down. And setting my origin lets me decide where 0 is. So what I'm going to say is that 0 is wherever my object lands. So that is 0, 0. And one thing that's nice here is this dot, that yellow dot represents my positive x-axis. So if I had some weird sideways video, I could rotate things so that my positive x-axis was up here and my sideways video was still dropping in the way I wanted it to. I don't have to do that, so I'm not going to. And if you record using your camera, you should also not need to do that. Moving forward, the next thing I need to do is set my scale. And that is this button that looks like a ruler right here that I just clicked. To do that, I am going to start by measuring the size of my bag. And I'm using this actual size ruler here, and I'm going to link this in the lab for y'all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and measure the width of my bag by just holding it up to my computer screen. And it is about 8.5 centimeters. So I can go ahead and I can put that information in Logger Pro. So I am going to go from one corner of my bag to the other. And I am going to tell Logger Pro that distance is 0.085 meters or 8.5 centimeters. And hit OK. Now I am ready to finally start taking data. And to do that, I'm going to hit this button here that looks like a target sign. And I am going to start by just clicking on my bag right here. And I'm going to pick the part where it intersects with the line because that is an easy spot for me to keep using. And every single time I'm going to try to click the bag's edge where it hits the line. You probably want to take a slightly better video than I did because you can see here that my video is not quite as nice and useful as it could be. I'm trying to hit that same point on the bag every time. It is not perfect, but it is my best shot. And you can see here it has landed, so I'm going to stop taking data. Now I can that arrow, so I'm no longer taking data, and I can click into my next thing by shrinking this video down. And you can see here I have a lovely graph of my Y position. I don't care about my X position, so I'm going to make this only show Y. And from here, I now have a video of my object's motion, and that is going to allow me to start taking data. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here because now you know how to do some video analysis, and the next steps are slightly different for my different classes. So anywho, go ahead, take your data, get started, and best of luck. Happy solving.